So the Huns are sitting back and watching probably the biggest conflict we've seen play out inside of this series between the Goths and the Prussians. The Huns could maybe roll over the Goths if they wait for long enough. There seems to be an okay relationship between the two. There's open borders, but that might change. I really think that this video, and maybe the next one, is going to be huge for, I guess, the end result of this series. It's turned 400. Shit's getting real. I mean, needless to say, it's getting really, really real. If we zoom out here a little bit and we move over to what's taking place, I mean, this is clearly going to be, I think, pretty one-sided. The Goths will be very successful in this siege of this city, and then all they have to do is kind of walk in here, even though the Prussians have brought in a little bit of reinforcements. Let's not forget that the Prussians and the Goths will border the Bohemians even more very soon, and the Bohemians are clearly number one. Portugal, I'd say maybe the only other civ at the moment that could maybe, I don't know, take the place of Bohemia in that number one spot, is struggling in a stupid war against Bavaria. I mean, they're not struggling, it's just they can't. Look at this very weird art style, this little thing, that's kind of cool. They're having trouble because they can't get through the Alps, and Bavaria is technologically about the same as Portugal. It does seem like they did some damage to the Bavarian army, but the Portuguese are distracted. That's what Bavaria is doing. They're distracting the Portuguese, where I think if Portugal were to take over France, this would be a tough call. If they were to go after, I don't know, the Moors or something. Even the Moors. Cordoba's at 24 population. Anyways, center of the map, huge. There's lots of other things taking place outside of Europe. Mali versus Morocco is kind of a fun thing that's taking place, except they both don't really have the military. It's kind of more interesting to see what Songhai does as they watch this conflict play out. Egypt and Assyria need to be respected. They, at this point, just need to take some power cities. They need to go to Europe pretty much. Assyria's trying. Assyria's trying to take what am I trying to say here? Take over Byzantine Kufa, as well as maybe, they want to go after Istanbul, but they've been struggling to do that too because of the mountain range. So lots and lots of kind of fun things taking place all around the world. Who knows what will take place in this one? But as I said, as to make this kind of long ramble go back full circle, this is where things, the epitome, the epicenter, the climax, I think. I don't know if this is going to be the climax of the series, the climactic war. I think this is the war that begins the climax. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know why I'm talking in all these weird metaphors, but I'm just saying it could be. So one thing we need to kind of look out for is, when do the Huns no longer have open borders with the Goths? Technically, they're not in Gothic territory anymore. That could be just because they moved out or the open borders agreement ended. I'm not saying that AIs will still declare war even if they have open borders. It's just less likely. And we are talking about the Huns here. And the Huns are one of those civs where they just do what they want. They're totally Cartman from South Park. I do what I want. That's Attila, pretty much. So he'll do whatever. I've seen him do that before. I don't know, though. It is late game. I don't know how the Huns are feeling about all this. It does seem like they have units along the Gothic border. But if the Huns were to declare a war, they've got to wait. They have got to wait. If they declare it too soon, then this whole region is just going to stagnate. It's just going to stay, the Goths won't push any further into Prussia, and they'll just stop the Huns. So the more turns that go by, that's where things are going to get interesting. Remember, this is all happening because Prussia is distracted by Geneva, and they actually just took over Geneva. So here's the issue. No infrastructure. I mean, they're building it, but there's almost no infrastructure. They've got an army of workers here, but they're going to have to slowly and just painfully one tile. And by the time they get back to their home, well, first of all, this will be Prussian, or this is going to be a Gothic city by the time they get back through the forest. They should never went to the forest, man. What is this forest called? I really wish I knew the name of this forest, because this is going to be the reason why the Goths or the Prussians are in a lot of trouble. There's a road here, so all they really have to do is make it back to Danzig. So it probably won't take as long because they are building railroads. Boom, Assyria has taken Kufa. I hope that's pronounced Kufa. Oh, but Byzantium's going to take that back. They're going to take that mess back, no question. So, now this is where Prussia starts to lose much more powerful cities. Potsdam, 17 population. Yaroslavl, something like that, 14. Obviously the Prussian capital, really powerful city. Let's not forget that Sweden is still at war. So Sweden could, I bet you Sweden will start to play a major role if Prussia starts to fall. And then Bohemia is just chilling. Bohemia is no longer at war with the Dutch, which they have no major conflict. I think they still have a border, but nothing will happen here. And Byzantium has been just hard to kill. Byzantium has fought back the Goths, the Hungarians, the Bohemians, and now they're pushing back against Assyria. Like, man, I really like Byzantium. That's what I'm saying. You just can't kill them in this map. They're really strong. And Constantinople is such a center for trade as they were in real life. It's kind of perfect. It's kind of perfect and ironic. Or, no, it's not irony. Whatever. I'm going to say it's ironic, I guess. Bavaria is now going after Florence. Prussia's going after Florence. You're making a huge mistake, yo. You're making a huge mistake, yo. They don't know what's happening. You don't know what's happening, dog. Just back away. Oh, okay, well, that's a little bit different. Rome could be kind of a threat to Florence. We'll have to keep an eye on this. The Romans. Assyria. Jeez, everyone's just going after Florence. It's like, what? Why are you doing that? We've got this amazing conflict taking place. Let's check over the Huns. I have a feeling the open border agreement ended like a turn after we started talking about it. I mean, the Huns haven't like completely lined the borders, but keep in mind the infrastructure in place would easily get all these Hunnic armies, units to the front lines. Oh my gosh, I am definitely underestimating the Huns' power. They don't look that crazy from right here, but if you look at their entire empire, it's like, oh snap, that's kind of, you're good, don't mess with him. Prussia's gonna defend the city. That's very smart. If Prussia can hold this city from falling, they're gonna want to keep this. What are you? Okay, but here's the thing. Oh my goodness, if you lose your capital, that's bad. But at the same time, I don't know if this is the right choice for the Goths to be making. Yeah, this would kind of kill Prussia. Losing their capital would really, really hurt Prussia. Like, they're not going to come back. They're done. But that means you are now the neighbor of Bohemia. The complete, eastern neighbor of Bohemia has been captured by Prussia. What did you capture? You took something from the Goths. Was it this city? Oh, yeah, that was... Oh, did you take that over for a quick second or what? It looks like it. You might end up losing it again, though. Let's look at the scope of things. It looks like the Goths are kind of running out of units. I mean, this is like their last siege. The only thing they can really do is hope that Sweden kind of, I don't know, plays a bigger role in the Baltic Sea, distracts the Prussian AI. But if they just take the Prussian capital, it's like, okay, the Goths have won. Just peace out. Peace out if you can. Oh man, yeah, this is getting interesting. Also, the Prussians might try to reinforce. I don't know what the AI does, so it depends. The AI might try to rush back to its capital, ignoring their old cities, even though they could probably easily take this back right now, because they're worried about their capital city falling. Let's see what they do here. I think the Goths go first, and then it's Prussia. Portugal, you still struggling? Of course you're still struggling. Actually, you're not even really trying anymore. Oh, that was beautiful. I don't know who that was, but okay. Pretty music. Like, da-na-na-na-na-na, and then it just goes away. All right, the city is in the yellow. Anti-aircraft machine guns. You've got the artillery weapons that are helping you out. Scotland and the Hittites have peaced out. Doesn't look like Prussia's pushing too far. I don't know what Prussia's doing. They're going to lose this city, though. Okay, so the Huns open border agreement is clearly still there. They just keep going back and forth. Yeah, so they're just going back and forth. Best case scenario right now would be for the Huns to go to war with Hungary or something, because Hungary would easily fall very quickly. Oh, I forgot that Ankara was here. I did forget about that. How's Assyria doing? Assyria's struggling. They're definitely struggling. The British have taken over the Pope's, or I'm sorry, peaced out the Pope. This is the city that fell to the Goths, which is something that I said they needed to keep, because the Prussians had more units over here before. So it looks like you're going to lose a city. Oh, they backed away. Or they are not reinforcing. I don't know. What happened? Oh, 5 turns. Embargo of Sweden. Embargo of Carthage. I don't know if people are going to want to embargo Sweden. Sweden's kind of in the center of the map too, but I don't know. Things are heating up here. It looks like this is not going to be as one-sided as maybe we thought, because I think Prussia will take this back. I mean, it's still devastating for Prussia, but it's not going to be like superpower Goths. It's not like, okay, Goths are now superpower, as maybe we would have thought. They need a melee unit somewhere. And at some point, they're going to destroy enough units where I think someone else is going to... Like, imagine Finland. Like, Finland's just chilling here. I know that they're behind in technology a little bit, but Finland could be devastating to Prussia. Finland could very easily, I think, become, maybe in the top 10. I don't think we're talking about Finland that much because they're only at 3 cities, but hey, you sweep through Frankfurt. I think I said Franklin there. Frankfurt, Utrecht, Mecklenburg. Is that Mecklenburg? Something like that? Yeah, you're backing away because Prussia's putting more pressure on you. And there's an exchange here between Byzantium and Assyria. That's kind of a fun conflict. I kind of like this. Did they fight? I mean, not Theodora and however you pronounce the Assyrian leader's name, but Byzantium definitely had problems with this eastern region. Well, the Ottomans, obviously. Never mind. I'm dumb. I knew that. Never mind. Okay, hey, Prussia's somewhat coming back, but again, this population is just dying here. They've killed so much so far. Oh my goodness, no, you evil. Augustus, I will hate you forever. Hashtag RIP. RIP Florence, great Florence. You know what? We need to get this trending on Twitter. Pull out our phones. We need to get this started. RIP Florence. This is a sad day. I don't know how. I feel like it's one of those things that just ruins your day. France and the Moors going after Milan. That might be actually kind of interesting. The Moors should be able to get that. Jeez. I can't believe you, Augustus. You're going to be my enemy. I'm going to do a single-player campaign with Rome now and just have them destroyed. I'm just going to destroy them myself. I'm going to nuke myself. That's what I'm going to do. Take over the entire world, get a bunch of nukes, and then start nuking my capital. Letting the city-states come in and destroy me. Florence, actually, come in and destroy me. It'd be perfect. Wow, yeah, so the resurgence of Prussian units is really got the Goths back on their toes. Definitely. Hey, Bavaria, who'd you peace out with to get this city? You peaced out? What? How? You just took that? Oh my goodness, why did you do that? Okay, so Finland's kind of screwed now. Finland just peaced out and gave Bavaria an 18 population city. Bavaria is now looking really good. Strangely enough, Bavaria is looking so powerful now. That was one of the dumbest mistakes I think we've seen all game. I mean, not as big of a mistake as Rome taking over Florence, but it's still a pretty big deal. Hey, Rome is kind of having some late game success here. If they take over Gades, that's quick 4 cities. They've been stuck with 2 cities this entire campaign. I'd still watch for Portugal, though. Yeah, I'd still be very careful of them. Moors should take over Brisca. Yeah, they should take this. Prussia. Whoa! Prussia ended up taking the capital. If they keep that, yeah, because Prussia's. Oh no, because yeah, I forgot it was coastal. Well, let's see if they'll take it back. Okay, this is devastating for Prussia, but it won't be as, like I said, it won't be as power grabby, I guess, for the Goths. I definitely wouldn't say the Goths are number one. The Goths are kind of in that category along with Assyria, Egypt, the Huns. The Goths should be included in there now. I don't think that they're in the same league as someone like Portugal or Bohemia. I'm really hoping we can get RIP Florence trending. Remind me this day. Remind me, because I might have forgotten about it. Remind me on Twitter to say something to honor them. So this is good for Portugal because, first of all, I don't think Portugal likes the Moors. Well, maybe they do. They've got open borders. It'd be easier for Portugal to declare war on just the Moors rather than the Moors and Milan. Carthage and Sweden were embargoed. Okay. Kind of wasn't expecting that. Turn 418. Yeah, I mean, again, knock on wood, but this might be our first campaign where we can actually make it to turn 500, where we're using the 60+ Civ mod. We didn't have 60 civs starting off in this game. It was like 55, but, you know, it's fine. 55, 60, what's the difference? It's fine, right? We're not rocket scientists, okay? It doesn't matter, right? 5? What is 5 anyways? It's fine. All right, yeah, so this has been pretty interesting, and the funny thing is that Istanbul is still under siege from the Assyrians at some point. Look at all the pillaging that's taking place. Really hasn't been as many nukes as I thought there was going to be. I thought there would have been a lot more nuclear things happening. World Congress has taken place. That's weird. Wait, what? What did you take over? Egypt took over a Moroccan city. Oh. And oh, wow, they did. That's kind of crazy. Oh, I guess they had pieced out. Jeez, okay, this is kind of crazy. Finland and the Huns, that's fine. Nothing happens there. So Sweden and Prussia, that's kind of big. That's going to distract Prussia at least. So if the Goths were starting to fall or run out of units, the Moors also ended up taking Brisca from Milan. Is Milan dead now? I think Milan is dead. Ooh, okay, so Portugal and Prussia have pieced out. Prussia took a city back. Finland and Bohemia, there was a border between those two, but not anymore. That would have been big if that would have been a dumb war. A good war for Finland though. Okay, this is kind of crazy. What the hell is happening? Okay, so Byzantium right now is leading the United Nations. Have they been leading the United Nations for a while? Host Byzantium, I think so. It should say, we don't know anymore. It would have said if it was the World Congress, it would have been like the 4th Congress, right, of Constantinople or something like that. That would explain why no one wants to embargo Byzantium. Anyways, guys, looks like we're going to have to stop right there. Things are still getting pretty crazy. Like I said, this video and probably the next one are going to be huge for the world in terms of, like, you know, maybe the top powers. Really surprised. RIP Florence. That's the summary of this video. Jeez, look at Portugal, though. I'm starting to realize I think the next video is going to be a world war. Over the break, I'm starting to see, like, as I walk from my computer desk to this interview area, there are more wars popping up. I think we're going to see a world war, probably World War I, maybe World War II, whatever you want to say, within the next one. Things are going to get crazy, especially that Portuguese military and navy just looks crazy. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.